it to right field. And the Lady Dogs take the lead. Drag butt down the line. She's going to be safe. Fly ball deep to left field. Back it goes toward the wall. It is a home run. Hit deep to left field. Back it goes to the wall. It is gone.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, WGAA, the Big AA. This is Cedartown High School Lady Dogs softball on the Big AA, WGAA 1340 AM and now at 106.1 FM. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and streaming on the TuneIn Radio app. Let's head down to the field for today's action.
And good afternoon, softball fans. Welcome into Senior Night 2024 here from Cedartown High School, where your Cedartown Lady Dogs are at home looking to pick up a win here against the Darlington Tigers. Sam Branch alongside Andrew Carter, excited to be back on the call as Cedartown is in front of a packed house here at CHS. Andrew, another beautiful afternoon for Cedartown High School Lady Dogs softball, and the Lady Dogs are coming off 2 wins over the weekend. They knocked off Mount Zion 7-4. They knocked off Haralson County 10-4, and the Lady Dogs just continue to do nothing but win softball games.
They do. They bounced back quite well from the loss to Cartersville Thursday. Of course, a game that we didn't have here on the Big AA. But the Lady Dogs have some momentum built up, and they've got a chance to win just about. Well, they got a chance to win any game they play, to be honest with you. But they've got the Darlington Lady Tigers in for today's matchup for senior night. A Darlington team that is 0-5 on the year, wearing the all purple uniforms. Cedartown in the all black uniforms. Sam, why don't you give us that defensive setup here real quick for Cedartown?
Absolutely. Shaylee Pittman is going to get the start for the Lady Dogs out in the center circle. Defensively for the Lady Dogs, going from third to first, you're going to have Kristen Cash over at third base. Shortstop's going to be Kinsley Boozer. First pitch on the way is in there for a called strike one. Second base is going to be Avery Elliott. She's also going to be your flex player for the day. Kendall Howard is going to get the start over at first base. Out in the outfield, we'll wait for the second pitch from Pittman. Long look in.
This is Emma Hunt. Hits a ground ball to shortstop. Boozer picks it up and throws on to first for out number one. And that's the first out here in the top of the first.
From left to right, we've got Mariah Westmoreland, Haven Barclay, the captain of that outfield, the senior out in center field. And then, of course, Chastity Washington getting the start over in right field. So that's your defensive lineup for this Lady Dog squad. Heather Henry getting the start behind the plate as she receives another strike there, another opening strike one looking there against Presley Dixon, the center fielder for Darlington.
Dixon swings and fouls it there at the plate, strike two.
Andrew, you mentioned Darlington 0-5 on the season. The Lady Dogs 9-3, but unfortunately, the 3 losses for Cedartown have all been region losses. 2 to Allatoona, 1 to Cartersville.
Strike called on the outside corner. That's out number 2 on a strikeout looking. So Dixon is victim of the backwards K. That'll bring up Sky Alberry, the first baseman for Darlington. Will bat with 2 outs and nobody on.
Past 2 games, and of course this game here against the Tigers, non-region contest, but Cedartown will return to region play tomorrow as we'll travel to Dalton as they take on Southeast Whitfield. That one is in the Dirt Ball 1. Cedartown again in region play on Thursday, taking on Woodland here at home.
1-0 pitch on the way is upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes, but you're talking about your availability this week, Sam. The first middle school football game of the season is going to be Thursday night here at the Dock. And, of course, you're involved with that PA announcing. That's outside and high. 3 balls and no strikes to the number 3 batter in the lineup, Sky Albury.
Yep, we will have middle school football here at home at the Dock.
3-0 misses ball 4, low and in, so that'll put Albury aboard. She's at first with 2 outs, and now Finley Pilgrim, the catcher, will bat with 2 outs after the free pass.
Bulldogs will be hosting Callaway, and I believe, and I should know this, but I believe if they do it like they did last year, middle school will play first, and then JV will play.
A little tapper back to the circle. Should be an easy play. Throw on to first in time, and that'll retire the side. 1 walk in the inning, 1 runner left. We head down to the bottom half of the first. It's Darlington nothing, Cedartown coming up here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Lady Dogs Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
A quick inning to start things off here at Senior Night 2024 as we go to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Haven Barclay, Kinsley Boozer, Shaylee Pittman to lead off this bottom half of the first inning. Emma Hunt is in the center circle for the Darlington Tigers. Throw down to second base from their catcher, Finley Pilgrim. Defensively for Darlington, of course, we just mentioned Hunt is going to get the start in the center circle. Evie Daniel is the catcher. Mulberry playing over at first base. Second base is going to be Carly Shaw.
Actually, there's two catchers listed on the...
There are two catchers, Finley Pilgrim and Evie Daniel, so we'll have to catch a number.
Haven Barclay leads it off and hits it an opposite field shot down the left side. She falls over, goes all the way to the fence. Haven Barclay may have three on her mind. She might go all the way in for a home run, and I think she's going to make it. Senior night, inside the park home run. Cedartown leads 1-0.
She just served that one to the left field side, and it was going to die, and there was no way for Booker to make a good play on it, but unfortunately, Booker found a hole out there and tripped, and that one rolled all the way to the fence, and by the time she was able to regain her feet and get out there, with the speed of Barclay, you know she's coming out of the box running, no chance, and this will bring up Kinsley Boozer. Lady Dogs on top, 1-0. That one misses upstairs, ball one. Lady Dogs already looking good here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Well, Sam, you know, once it got by the outfielder out there, Booker, there was nobody anywhere near it, and Barclay was going to come around standing.
Well, listen, it got by Booker, and Barclay was going to book it.
Yeah, that's right. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Kinsley Boozer. Pitch on the way. That's hit hard to left field, and she will she caught it, and then she dropped it. And she'll be at second base. Boozer probably going to be an E7 out there on the dropped catch. She kind of caught it there at her knees, and then I think was trying to pull it up and then dropped it. But I guess they said that she didn't catch it and didn't complete the process of the catch. So here's Pittman. Shaylee Pittman will take high and tight for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes to count. 2 errors in the outfield have resulted in 2 base knocks.
Good start for the Lady Dogs already. And, you know, they'll want to capitalize on those errors. They've already capitalized once. We'll see if Pittman's able to keep it going. That one misses way upstairs.
2 balls, no strikes to count. We're with you tomorrow from Southeast Whitfield. The Lady
Raiders.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I love it.
2-0 pitch is a comebacker up the middle, base hit. Boozer rounds third. She'll score easily. It's going to be an RBI single for Shaylee Pittman. 2-0 Cedartown.
Just a good piece of hitting there by Pittman. Just drove it right back up the middle where it came from. And Boozer easily scores from second, and we've talked about it all season long, and just the speed with the top part of that order. And now you'll bring up Chastity Washington. Washington with some power.
She's been one of the more consistent batters for the Lady Bulldogs this year. In a great defensive position, too. Runner will take second base without a throw. The pitch was, I believe, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes as Pittman is going to be at second base. 1 ball, no strikes to Washington. Nobody out. High and tight, 2-0.
Almost no breeze whatsoever right now. The American flag in center field, hanging right down the pole.
Quite different from the last home game we had. There's a big cut and a miss there by Washington, but the ball got away, and taking third base on the ball in the dirt is Pittman. She's at third base. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Chastity. When we played Darlington, or rather when we played Dalton last week on Tuesday, it was quite windy. That one high and away, 3 balls and 1 strike to Chastity Washington. Kendall Howard, the senior, who's playing first base today, is in the on-deck circle. 3-1. Got the call, 3-2.
Good pitch there by Emma Hunt. Darlington still trying to record their first out of the inning. Washington trying to stay alive here with the count full.
3-2 pitch. That's high outside, ball 4, and Chastity will take her base at first. So runners at first and third. 2 quick runners out there, and that will bring up the number 5 hitter, Kendall Howard. Senior class of 2025, one of 3 seniors on the team. Kendall Howard getting, I believe, her first start at first this year. Usually his designated player are catching. That's hard hit, base hit to left field. That's going to easily score. Pittman rounding third. She'll stop at third, and heading to second base goes Kendall Howard. Runners at second and third, and Cedartown opens up a 3-0 lead.
Just once again, another good piece of hitting there, this time by Howard, the senior. Just roped it past the third baseman. Booker again out there in left field. Had a little trouble handling it. Able to get it in. This will bring up Emmeline Waits, the designated player.
Waits takes away, 1 ball and no strikes.
So Chastity Washington stands over at third base, and Kendall Howard stands at second base. Still nobody out. 3 runs across here in the bottom of the first inning.
1-0 on the way. Swung and tipped at the plate. That'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. We mentioned Tuesday on the road at Southeast Whitfield, which means I'll get to stop at Buc-ee's again on the way home.
On the road again.
And then Thursday, we host Woodland here. 1-1. Taken high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cedartown football will be playing on the road Friday at Alexander, a 5A school. Alexander 1-1, Cedartown 2-0. We'll have a lot more on that during our Sports Talk Live pregame show Friday at 6 p.m. Be sure you tune in. Ground ball toward third and foul.
A little birdie
2-2.
told me that somebody on that pregame show is going to be a lot happier with their Pick'ems record than they were last week.
Oh, I mentioned that on Saturday morning when I was doing Saturdays with Sam Andrew Carter edition.
I will be back this Saturday morning, by the way. Thank you for filling in for me. I greatly appreciate it.
Happy to do it. 2-2 the count to Waits. And the pitch is in the dirt, 3-2. It will pop away from the catcher, Pilgrim, but not far enough for anybody to advance. 3-2. Darlington looking for that elusive first out. 3 runs have already scored for the Lady Bulldogs here.
Chastity Washington was in this position, and she took a ball 4 way high and outside. Let's see what happens there. Swing and a miss on Waits, and that will be the first out of the inning.
Indeed, it will be.
And that's going to bring up Kristen Cash.
Kristen Cash is playing third base today.
A little different defensive alignment for Coach Josh Smith this afternoon here at home against the Tigers.
She'll foul that one straight back.
Watch out.
I think it actually hit the mask of the umpire because his mask came falling off. Yep. It's 0-1 now to Kristen Cash. Now the field umpire has brought in the entire infield.
I think he was just giving home plate umpire a little breather there. Yeah,
Little time.
just cleaning off the rubber there, giving him a little moment.
By the way, highly recommend the fries.
Are they good?
They're very good. I'm breaking my own rule, though. I'm eating while I'm broadcasting.
I was going to let them cool a little bit, but I'm worried.
Cool.
I'm worried at this rate they might
cool
be
enough.
cold by the time we get ready to eat them.
They're cool enough now.
I like it. Special thanks to the concession stand workers downstairs. They brought them up to us. I bought them pregame. They weren't ready. They delivered them for us upstairs.
That's service right there.
Service with a smile.
High and away, they'll bring up a 1-ball, 1-strike count out of Kristen Cash. Heather Henry, the Bulldogs senior catcher, waiting on deck. Washington at third and Howard's at second. Pitch on the way. That one caught the corner, probably one of the best pitches we've seen from Hunt today. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, that one was a good one. She's been trying to get that call. She finally was able to locate that outside pitch. So she's ahead in the count. This might be the first time she's been ahead of a batter the entire game.
There's a little tapper hit towards second base. That's going to be a tough play. They will underhand toss, and they get the out. Chastity scores. It's 4-0.
Tough play out there for the second baseman, Shaw, just because it was just a cue ball, slow roller.
Very slow.
Underhand toss it, like you said, though, it does score the run, so it's now 4-0, Lady Dogs on top. Howard moves over to third base, and that will bring up the senior backstop in Heather Henry.
Hunt will deliver her 25th pitch here in just a moment. And here it is. And there's a strike, 0-1. Pretty good, huh?
I will give it my seal of approval.
Now, what's really good are the Bulldog fries.
Yep.
Which is pulled pork. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and a bad cut there by Heather Henry. She'd like to have that one back. 0-2. Pulled pork with cheese, ranch, and barbecue sauce on top of fries.
I like it.
It's like hickory fries, but Bulldog fries.
Might have to do a little of those this weekend.
0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll be out. Number 3, they'll have to throw her out, and they will. And Cedartown does get 4, though, in the first inning. We head now to the top of the second. Cedartown 4 and Darlington 0. Back after 60 seconds on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
4-0 is your score as we go to the top of the second inning. The Lady Dogs offense clicking early.
You love to see it.
Love to see it. The top of the order working for Cedartown.
4 runs, 3 hits, by the way, in that first inning, including an inside the Parker for Haven Barclay. Now, it won't go down as a home run because it was an error out there. She will get a hit, but it won't be a inside the Parker. Of course, Chastity Washington had an inside the Parker, I think against Darlington, if I remember.
And it did not count either.
Against Dalton, yeah. First pitch is high and away for ball 1. This is
Cleland, 5'6" and 70.
Callie Cleland, the shortstop. Whatever position Evie Daniel plays, she's the second catcher on the roster. That's down low. 2 balls and no strikes. I think Daniel is the third baseman. 2-0 pitch. Ooh, high and away. Back to the backstop almost. 3-0.
What a snag by Heather Henry.
Busy week of Bulldogs sports this week. 3 softball games on the Big AA plus the football game Friday. 3-0 pitch coming. And it just missed for ball 4. That looked a pretty good pitch, I guess. Looked pretty good to me.
You might have had a little better angle on it than I did, but it was close either way, so that will bring up Evie Daniel. She comes to the plate with the runner at first and nobody out.
Gets the sign from her coach there in the third base box. I think she had gotten in there before she'd gotten the sign. That's upstairs, ball 1. One ball, no strike. She's missed with 5 straight.
She was just taking the initiative.
Yes.
You know, she was just going to.
But I'm sure those of you at home heard what the coach said. 1-0, misses low and in. That's 6 straight that have missed. 2-0 the count.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
Lady Dogs sporting the black unis today. I'm sure they'll probably wear the white ones tomorrow.
There we go.
Strike. Good fastball there from Pittman. 2-1 the count.
Really good pitch there by Pittman.
Shaylee's granddad, who listens to the Trading Post, I'm sure is here today. He's told me he would be. That's outside corner call. 2-2 the count. Big fan of his granddaughter. He's got another granddaughter that plays for the middle school team. 2-2 on the way. A little low. 3-2. Not by much. Another close one.
Tell you what, when she really gets settled into her rhythm, she can work quickly.
3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
And very efficiently, just like that. Battles back. After throwing 6 straight balls, she comes back and gets the strikeout, and that's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Carly Shaw. Shaw, the second baseman for the Tigers.
Shaw takes low and in, and it was a pretty good frame job there by Heather Henry, but the home plate umpire was not biting on that.
Poor Tigers.
What's he doing these days, by the way?
Spending that $14 million, I bet.
I would be,
What's it, 14?
Yeah, something like that. Strike called on the outside corner to
And, you know,
Carly Shaw.
He might have had the greatest interview quote of all.
1-1. Low for ball 2.
They called him into the office. They said, Coach, you know things aren't going well. He said, yeah, I know. They said, we're going to have to let you go, but we're going to pay you $14 million.
2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss on the riser. 2-2.
He said, what time you want me to leave and what door you want me to go out of? Coach O.
Yeah, that's right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one misses low. And another full count. If there was ever an iconic coach for LSU, it was that man right there,
yep.
Coach O.
And, you know, and if you go back and you listen to that interview,
Payoff pitch. Pop to the right side and caught in foul territory by Howard. Out number 2, Howard playing first base today. Little soft line pop, and that'll bring up Alex Childers, the right fielder, with 2 outs now and a runner on.
Earlier in that interview, he did say something very serious that a lot of coaches should pay attention to. He said every coach has a shelf life. He said mine was just a little bit shorter.
Outside, ball 1.
Speaking of coaches with shelf life, I'm sure you guys hit on it, but Thursday night we had a house full of coaches.
1-0 pitch swung on and missed. It is 1-1. Yeah, one of the best pictures, I think, of the night, besides the Mr. Miss Bulldog picture, which was, of course, was great. But all those former coaches getting a picture together on the field. There's a strike 2 called, 1-2. Coach Honeycutt, of course, Coach Jolly, Coach Ragsdale, and, of course, the legendary John Hill was in attendance. There's a ground ball hit to third base. Picked up in the throw over. Good dig over there at first base by Howard from Cash to Howard, and that will retire the side. One runner left aboard again as we head now to the bottom half of the second. Cedartown 4 and Darlington nothing. 60-second timeout. Back after this.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you. you.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
One runner left. We will go to the bottom of the second inning. Still a 4-0 lead for your Cedartown Lady Dogs here on senior night. The Bulldog bats will go back to work. 9-1-2 due up for Cedartown.
Emma Hunt just completed a warm-up toss. Let's go back to what we were talking about before the break. Coach John Hill, just think about this. Head coach at Cedartown High School from 1976 to 2000.
Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about a shelf life.
24 years.
A shelf life, and that just doesn't happen.
He became head coach the year after my mother graduated from high school and retired my freshman year. That missed high, 1 ball and no strikes. Mariah Westmoreland, then Haven Barclay and Kinsley Boozer due up here at the bottom of the second. Little ground ball hit to second base. It'll be a underhand toss on to first, and that'll be out number 1.
So we'll go back to the top of the order in the senior Haven Barclay, who's already showed off the speed. She had the hit to left field that would go all the way to the fence, come around and score on the air.
Another couple of coaches that I didn't mention that were also there, Everett Kelly, former head coach, and also Dole Kelly, former head coach, were all at the ball game too. So a lot of former football coaches there. There's a ball hit in left center field. It's going to be a base hit. Cut off there, and it's all the way to the fence. Barclay's going to stop at second base with a double. And even if that ball doesn't get past her, Haven Barclay's at second base easy.
Absolutely. That's still a double because most of the time when Barclay makes contact, especially if it gets to the outfield grass, she's sinking 2 out of the box automatically.
Absolutely.
And that's just the way that she's programmed because of her speed and her aggressiveness on the base pads.
Haven is now 2 for 2, scoring in the first inning off the error. Kinsley Boozer takes up. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Boozer 0 for 1 with a run scored. Reached on an error as well. 1-0 pitch. Taken low. 2 balls and no strikes. Something kind of funny. Coach Hill and Coach Abrams have kind of become... They correspond with each other quite a lot. 2-0 pitch on the way is going to be behind her and all the way back to the backstop, and Barclay will be standing at third base. 3 balls and no strikes. And really, if you think about it, a lot of the good qualities that Coach Hill had, you can see a lot of in Coach Abrams.
Well, and I did not know Coach Hill. I was a kid, obviously, when Coach Hill was here.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. And it's a strike called, 3-1.
I did hear Bill Lundy. I believe it was when he interviewed Coach Abrams in his post-game interview. I can't remember which game it was. Maybe it was Friday or Thursday night.
It was Thursday night, yeah.
When he was talking about the similarities between the two coaches.
3-1, misses high and away, ball 4. Runners will be at first and third with 1 out.
If anybody can tell you the similarities between coaches of the past, Bill Lundy is an expert in that field, and so I definitely would trust Bill Lundy on that one.
Bill called about more than half of John Hill's career on the sidelines. So here's Shaylee Pittman. Pittman, 1 for 1, a run scored and an RBI. They're at the corners. Runner goes, gets back to the backstop, and scoring from third base will be Haven Barclay, and all the way around to third from first is Boozer. Cedartown now leads 5-0.
Haven scored without even a slide, easily able to get in there. Again, the speed just from Barclay, and then, like you said, Boozer able to get all the way over to third. So now Cedartown with the runner at third.
we're talking about football, and of course this is a softball game. There's a hard-hit liner foul down the left side, 1 ball, 1 strike.
She put that one into the bullpen, man, and she smacked that one too.
She sure did. But also talk about this lady softball team and what a great year they've had. They started out, on a win streak, which they haven't done in a long time, and
just on an absolute tear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 1-1 on the way. Is a bit high, 2 balls and 1 strike.
And one of the things that Coach Smith talked about earlier in the season, he came up to the press box after a game, and he had a good conversation with all 3 of us here in the box, and we kind of talked about something, and he said, the athleticism is there, the talent is there. And that
3 and 1 outside.
Yeah, that one misses. And part of what he really wanted to try to drive home to these girls is to reinforce their confidence and make sure that they had it between the years, that they knew that they could win.
There's a ball hit deep to left field. It's going to be down and all the way to the fence. Another error in left field. That's going to score. Boozer from third base and over to second base goes who is that out there? Pittman. So Pittman gets aboard again, and it's 6-0. Lady Dogs on top. Another mistake in the outfield.
Going to have a courtesy runner for Pittman, and it's going to be number 9, Anna Scott Dean. So she's going to go out and courtesy run for Pittman, our pitcher. But but we've said that, and Coach Smith really drove it home. This is a really good group of girls, talent-wise.
Yeah, it is.
And if they have not figured it out yet, and if their confidence is not up yet, that one misses way upstairs.
Heading to third base on a late slide, she is out. A little bit of
hesitation.
She was a little undecided on coming to third base, and that hesitation cost us right there. So Dean is out trying to get to third base.
But that's a good lesson learned for a young player right there.
Yes.
In a situation where leading 6-0, it doesn't hurt you as bad as it could have.
There's a base hit to left field. And took a funny bounce there, and she'll stop at first as Washington. She's got herself a base hit with 1 on now and 2 outs. That'll bring us to the middle of the order. It'll be Kendall Howard. Kendall is 1 for 1 with an RBI.
And then when you have Chastity Washington do what she just did, it reinforces how you can't be indecisive when you get ready to run like that, because that would have scored that run, and it would be 7-0.
Chastity going, throw to second base, hits the runner. I think in 1800s baseball she would have been out, but
we'll call her safe now.
Call her safe these days. Pitch missed the strike zone. 1 ball and no strikes. Kendall has a big hole in right center field too. The center fielder playing her off to the left side. That's taken upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. A 2-0. Strike called outside corner.
Buddy Chastity Washington was halfway to third on that
She
one.
was.
Did you see that jump she had, man?
She had a great jump, and she went back to second just in time. 2 balls and 1 strike. 6-0 lead for Cedartown. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. That one misses. 3 and 1.
She didn't get quite as big of a lead on that one, though.
She did not.
She stayed pretty close.
Other sports, the Atlanta Braves back in action on the road tonight at Minnesota.
They dropped game 3 against the Nats at home yesterday.
There's a high fly ball to left center field. Center fielder is going to call for it, and she makes the catch. That's Dixon, and that will retire the side. 2 innings in the book. Cedartown leads 6-0. We'll be back with the top of the third after this 60-second timeout on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Are you ready for steel? Equipment, that is. At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Lady Dogs Softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
9-1-2 due up for Darlington. Cedartown Lady Dogs striking for 2 more in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third.
First pitch to Ren Booker misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 9-1-2 due up here for Darlington. Booker, the left fielder, takes away. 2 balls and no strikes. Emma Hunt and Presley Dixon will be due up as well here in this third inning.
So far, Cedartown 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Darlington.
Strike 1 called on a 2-0 pitch.
0-0-2. They only have 2 errors credited, but I can assure you.
Strike 2 called, 2-2 right down the middle.
There have been some struggles elsewhere that have not made it into the record book as an official error.
2-2, struck her out, swung and missed for out number 1. I'll take us back to the top of the order with Emma Hunt. Emma Hunt 0 for 1. That is strikeout number 3, by the way, for Pittman.
Hunt grounded out to the shortstop to start things off.
And she'll hit a pop foul.
Will it reach a car?
Almost reached Jeremy Stewart out there. He's here with the newspaper. He's
Did he almost have to turn his bucket hat into a glove?
Almost. Here's the 0-1. High and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, Jeremy's smart when he's covering stuff like baseball and softball where it's going to be some bright sunshine. He always wears the bucket hat, so he's got the brim.
1-1 on the way. Foul back to the screen, 1-2.
Keeps the glare off of him. I, however, wear khaki pants when it's 92 degrees outside inside of a metal press box. But hey, we all can't be.
But you look so nice. That's what counts, right?
That's right, yeah. For all of those in radio land.
1-2 pitch, it misses upstairs, 2-2. 3 strikeouts and 2 walks surrendered by Shaylee Pittman. 38 pitches so far. That one bounces up there. Full count, 3-2 now with her 39th. So 39 pitches, 20 of them strikes. She'd like that ratio to be a little bit better. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will help it. Out number 2. So Hunt is retired for the 4th strikeout thrown by Pittman. Now Presley Dixon, the center fielder, will bat now. Victim of a strikeout her last time. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1.
So outside of your number 1 Georgia Bulldogs taking on number 14 Clemson in the Aflac kickoff game.
Noon kickoff on Saturday. That's foul away. Strike 2.
What week 1 game are you looking most forward to? I know you're looking forward to Thursday night,
Jacksonville State.
Yep.
Jacksonville State, yeah.
Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers.
I want to see. Here's the 0-2. Missed upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a tough first game for Jacksonville State. And if, Jack State now, I'm really hoping they get a chance in this 12-team playoff. There's a ground ball back to the circle. Throw down to first, picked up out of the dirt there by Kendall Howard, and that will retire the side. We head now to the bottom half of the third. More on that when we come back after 60 seconds. Cedartown 6 and Darlington nothing. Back after this 60-second break.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Lady Dawgs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
6-0 is your score as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Lady Dogs still on top here at CHS. Sam Branch alongside Andrew Carter here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network. 106.1 FM, AM 1340 WGAA, the Big AA. Also broadcasting on Facebook Live, the NFHS Network, and YouTube Live. Your one-stop shop for all Cedartown High School sporting events.
Evelyn Waits will lead it off for the Lady Bulldogs here in the home half of the third. And she will take outside for ball one. So we're talking about first week matchups I'm looking forward to seeing. Of course, week 0 had a pretty good ball game. The one in Ireland, Georgia Tech walk-off field goal over FSU, or rather Florida State. Yeah, there's a ground ball foul down the left side, just barely foul. And it's now 1-1 now to Waits. But another one I'm looking forward to, besides the Georgia-Clemson game, Penn State, West Virginia should be a pretty good ball game.
I think that could be. I think that could be upset alert.
Could be.
I think that could be. The Mountaineers might just upset the Nittany Lions.
One flying under the radar. I think Oklahoma State playing FCS powerhouse South Dakota State. That one bounces up there, 2 balls and a strike. That could be an upset Central there. Miami and Florida playing each other.
2 teams I could care less about, but in that situation, I hope Florida stomps them. I'm just not a fan of Miami.
And another one, too, the primetime game, Notre Dame hosting, or Notre Dame at Texas A&M. That should be a good ball game,
Who you got on that one?
That one misses high, 3-1. I think Notre Dame wins that one. I think Notre Dame, I don't really want either one to win, but Notre Dame, to me, I think.
Who you got on Sunday? Sunday night, Las Vegas, the Trojans.
There's a hard hit ball down the left side and foul.
Of USC and the Bayou Bengals.
LSU.
I like it.
It's in Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
So it's not
no home field advantage.
No home field advantage for LSU.
But let me tell you what, LSU travels though. I don't care where they play. LSU's going to travel.
They will. They always do.
They could play in the North Pole.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that those Cajuns are going to be there and they're going to be loud.
3-2 pitch. A little pop to shortstop, off her glove, and it's going to be down, and Waits will reach on the little pop in the infield. Probably going to be an E6. Should have been caught. And she'll be at first base.
They're going to be loud, and they are going to be well lubricated.
To say the very least. Let me tell you, I went to Las Vegas this summer, and I didn't go in it, but I did see that stadium there. And that is something to see right there.
Now, is that where is it where the Raiders play?
I would think it would be.
I didn't know if they had like a different, like a multi-purpose.
I don't think so.
Type stadium out there, or is that if that was
UNLV used to have but no, they wouldn't play in the dead of the summer over there. That's just pitch on the way. Check swing. I don't think she went. It was upstairs for ball 1. Another one too. Florida State looking to bounce back. Taking on Boston College.
Monday night on a Monday night.
Monday night, September 2nd.
Monday night.
On ESPN.
College football.
Yeah. 1-0 on the way. Little ground ball to short and through her glove. everybody's going to be safe. Runners will be at first and second with nobody out. So Cash will reach on the little ground ball. That'll probably be an infield hit.
I would probably score that a hit.
It was either going to be a fielder's choice. It was a little slow roller.
It was.
Heather Henry will bat now. We'll see how they score it. They're going to call it an error, and I can understand that.
I can too, but
it's a foul. That's ball one, rather. Beg your pardon. Ball one there at the plate. 1-0. Henry, another senior catcher.
Victim of a strike, her last at bat. That one's in the dirt.
And it will advance both runners to second and third. 2 balls and no strikes. And again, Heather, I think, and she's a pretty good hitter. She did not have her best at bat in that first at bat, so she would love to redeem herself here. I think Coach Smith probably told her just be more patient there at the plate. Don't swing at it unless it's close. And if I recall, she swung at a ball to strike out. That's inside. 3 balls and no strikes. And a pitch away from loading the bases with nobody out here.
That would put the Lady Dogs right back into business. Of course, Cedartown scoring 4 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. They have a 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning.
3-0. Called strike. 3-1. Caught the outside corner.
Good pitch there by Hunt to battle back.
It was indeed.
Mariah Westmoreland is on deck for Cedartown. Westmoreland 0 for 1.
3-1 pitch. To third base, took a funny hop. She'll be safe at first base, and the run scores from third. 7-0. Cedartown leads on that hop at third base, and that's probably going to be another error on Darlington.
I tell you what, I've been impressed by the first baseman all afternoon, though, for Darlington, Albury. I don't know if you caught it or not, but during the game, she has been very reassuring to Hunt. She's come in, she said some reassuring words to her in between hitters, but there on that plate, when the third baseman finally was able to corral that one, she waved off the throw to the third baseman because she pointed to third base because nobody had gone over to cover third. And she knew as soon as she fired that one that the runner from second and Cash would have taken off.
Mariah Westmoreland takes a strike, 0-1. Last time out, she rounded out to second.
So I would give a big props there to Sky Albury.
That one misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The first baseman over there for Darlington. Showing some good leadership. I would not be surprised one bit if that young lady's a senior for this squad.
1-1 on the way. This is outside, 2-1. Circling back to that college football conversation, though, let me tell you, if y'all want to go to a good football game this week, Thursday night in Jacksonville. That's strike 2 called, 2-2 the count. I'm trying to remember, the field is, they've renamed Amera First.
Yeah, Amera First.
Amera First Stadium. Hall is still Burgess Snow Field.
Yep.
2-2 on the way. A little soft ground ball to third base. They'll have no play, and the bases will be loaded. That is an infield hit all day long.
Again, though, a good heads-up play there by Daniel, though, the third baseman, just to put it in her pocket and just give it right back to the pitcher. And I hate to put it in this tense because I don't mean it in a derogatory term, though. But you see that a lot of times in Little League, and they mess that up. And they knew that right there, though. Look, you don't have a play. Just give it right back to the pitcher. Don't throw it to first. Don't cause any more damage.
Barclay takes outside ball 1. I mean, case in point, the end of the Little League World Series this year.
Exactly.
Chinese Taipei tried to hurry a throw to first base on a bunt try on a slow roller, and there was nobody covering the bag. And Lakeland, Florida won the Little League World Series. That's outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Barclay 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored.
By the way, that was an exciting ending, by the way, for that Little League World Series. Always love to watch Little League World Series.
One of the purest forms of the game still.
Absolutely.
Wolf.
All the way back to the backstop, and nobody advances. 3 balls and no strikes. You feeling another grand slam right here?
If it is, I'm glad that you're going to call it this time. I will say, though, I went back the next day and I watched it.
It really wasn't as bad as you thought.
It was not as bad as I thought it was.
Bases full, 3-0 pitch. She was thinking about it.
She was. She wanted to put it in that Dodge Charger and straight away center field. It's got its passenger window down, and she wanted to give them a free souvenir.
Hitters count now for the Dartmouth commit, senior Haven Barclay. And the 3-1. A big swing and a miss, 3-2.
I think she was thinking about it again.
She was.
7-0 your score. Lady Dogs striking in all 3 innings so far. 1 run across here, bases loaded, still nobody out.
3-2 pitch. Back to the backstop, ball 4. That will bring home the 8th Lady Dogs run. A bases loaded walk will make it 8-0. So Barclay drives in a run on the bases loaded walk. And now it'll be Kinsley Boozer. Kinsley Boozer took a free passer last time.
Tell you what, a perfect Thursday night if we weren't busy.
Taking high and inside, 1 ball, no
What time's
strikes.
kickoff down there? 7:30?
I think so. It's on CBS Sports Network.
7:30 their time? Or 7:30 our time?
I think it's 7:30 Eastern time.
Head down about 4. Get down to Cooter Browns.
Oh, yes. 1-0 pitch. Line drive left field, base hit. 1 run is in, 2 runs are going to score. They're going to hold up the runner at third. Barclay will stop at third. It is 10-0. Lady Bulldogs lead here in the bottom half of the third, and still nobody out.
Just another good piece of hitting there by Boozer. Just able to turn on it and drive it down the third base line.
But yeah, going back to that, some
dry rub
ribs. Some
no sauce needed.
No sauce. Corn nuggets.
Oh my gosh. A nice ice cold sweet tea.
Yes. I thought you were going to say something else.
No, sir.
Taking high for
a
ball
nice
1.
ice cold sweet tea with a squeeze of lemon. This is a family show, Andrew. A family show, I tell you.
1 ball, no strikes, the count. Runners at second and third. Cedartown 10 and Darlington nothing.
How about Shaylee Pittman 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a run scored?
There's a tapper toward third, foul ball. 1-1.
If you've never had Cooter Brown's ribs, though, you are surely missing out. Do not let the outside appearance deter you, though.
Well, there's so many good things to pick from when you go to Jacksonville to eat.
I agree. Cooter Brown's.
Struts. Here's the 1-1. High and away, 2-1. The Rocket.
Yeah.
I love the Rocket. Good burgers. Of course, back in the day, Cecil's.
Cecil's was good. Mountain Street Grill, if you want to go way back.
You know, that is way back.
Guthrie's.
Yeah, Guthrie's isn't there anymore, but
nope.
yes. Going
no
back
one
a
either
little
is
bit.
Mountain Street.
Yep. 2-1 pitch on the way. Taking high, 3
We're
balls
showing
and 1
our
strike.
age. It's now a Japanese restaurant.
Yeah,
yes,
the original
Yep.
The original Jefferson's, which is
still there.
Still the best, by the way,
Yep.
I might add.
Yep, still there.
I tell you, that was the best atmosphere.
Right across, well, not right across, but
3-1 on the way. A little pop fly. That's going to drop for a base hit. Here comes Barclay. She'll score. Stopping at third is Boozer, and they'll be at the corner. Cedartown leads 11-0.
It's just amazing to me to see how this Lady Dogs this team just continues to manufacture runs.
Now we got
just hit after hit.
Time called. We may have a pitching change here or just a talking to. We'll see. Number 9 coming in to courtesy run or to pinch run. Anna Scott Dean will be back out there again. That's good coaching.
I agree.
That's good coaching. You know, she made the base running mistake last time up, but put her right back out there the next opportunity.
Yep. And I think we are going to have a pitching change, and it will be the young lady that's been playing first base for.
It'll be Albury.
Darlington Albury. Yep.
So we'll let her warm up. Cedartown leads 11-0 with runners at the corners and nobody out here in the bottom half of the third. Already 5 runs have scored here in the third inning and still without an out here in the bottom half. Let's take this break. We will return after 60 seconds on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Lady Dogs Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Chastity Washington will face the new pitcher, and the first pitch to her bounces in the dirt. Ball one. One ball, no strikes. It'll be Aubrey who takes over, Alberry. The new first baseman is Daniel. She moves over to first. So close the book on the starting pitcher, Hunt.
Hunt has moved to shortstop, and Cleland has slid over to play third base.
1-0 on the way is going to hit her. That'll load the bases with nobody out. So Washington will take her bag the hard way.
That'll bring up Kendall Howard. Howard is 1 for 2 with an RBI.
Close the book on Hunt. She goes 2 innings, 9 hits, 11 runs, only 4 earned, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts.
Tough afternoon.
Big chance here for Kendall Howard.
Drive it hard. Let's go.
Darlington still looking for their first out of the inning, Andrew.
I think she could win the game right here if she hits a grand slam. That's taken low. 1 ball, no strikes. 15. It'd be 15-0 on a grand slam. It's 15 after 3, 12 after 4, 10 after 5, and 8 after 6.
And half past a freckle.
That is correct. 1 ball and no strikes. Nobody out. There's a strike, 1-1. Kendall Howard today, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Boozer's at third, Dean, the pinch runner, at second, and Washington is at first. The 1-1. Tapped at the plate for a strike 2.
And here's the good news with Dean being out at second. If there's any indecision, if Washington is running behind you and Boozer's running in front of you,
run over you.
You just got to go.
Yeah.
You just got to go.
Powerful bat at the plate right here. Swing and a miss, though, and she'll be retired on strike 3. So Howard strikes out for the first time today. That'll send us to Emmeline Waits, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Got to tip your hat there to Aubrey, who got the strikeout on a pretty good pitch.
This will actually be number 15, Avery Elliott, the flex player, coming in to grab a bat.
So Elliott will bat for the first time. Nobody moves on the ball that goes away. 1 ball and no strikes. This will be Elliott's first at-bat.
Time called as the pitcher's going to readjust her mask. A lot of times you see everybody in the infield wearing a mask, or at least most of the players wearing a mask, but with the Darlington folks, she's the only one wearing a mask. She was wearing a mask over at first base.
And I thought,
you're about to say the same thing I was thinking.
I could be wrong, but I thought all infielders had to wear the mask.
Apparently
pitchers,
not.
But pitchers, I think, must. I think that's a must. That's low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. But pitchers have to.
Let's go. It's there. Let loose.
But most of our infielders wear the face guard.
2 balls, no strikes to count.
She'll swing and miss there, 2-1.
Chase that one upstairs. Couldn't catch up to it.
You're all right. Let it go. It's over.
In a busy week of action for Lady Dogs here at home tonight for senior night, on the road tomorrow, going to Southeast, and then back home Thursday, taking on Woodland.
2-1 on the way. Misses outside. 3-1. Back to the backstop, but again, no advance with the bases loaded. But yeah, I mean, plus they had the doubleheader at Haralson County on Saturday. So they played quite a few games here in the last 5 days. 3-1, ball 4. 12-0 Cedartown on the bases loaded walk. Scoring is Boozer, Dean to third, Washington to second. Elliott will be at first base.
That'll bring up Kristen Cash, 0 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Only one out in the inning, the 6th run across.
That one misses low and in. 1 ball, no strike. Cedartown leading by a touchdown. 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns, no extra points. 12-0.
1-0 on the way. Low and away. 2 balls in, no strikes. Speaking of touchdowns, I don't think I got to hear your opinion of the football game last week.
Opinion of the football game last week?
Yes, Cedartown and Burtmar. Here's the 2-0. Tap, foul, play 2-1.
There were some stumbles offensively, I felt like.
I think they were just tired.
I think they were.
I mean, they basically played 2 football games Friday and Saturday.
They did.
And had to wait way late, and then they had a very short practice week.
They did. I also think that it's a good reminder to folks that
here's the 2-1 on the way. Low for ball 3.
That Burtmar team's a big team.
They are a big team.
From a big school.
Had a big defensive line.
Big defensive line. And, you know, we held those kids, and we did well.
3-1 on the way. Ball 4 upstairs. Another bases loaded walk. 13-0 Cedartown.
I think the one thing, and I'm sure he mentioned, like I said, I only heard part of Coach Abrams' post-game interview, but I can tell you that I know for a fact one thing that he mentioned without hearing it, and that's our penalties.
Yeah, penalties were
Got to clean that up.
Got to clean it up.
Got to clean that up.
Base is still loaded, only 1 out. 7 runs across in the inning. There's a strike down the middle to Heather Henry, the senior catcher.
Outside of that, though, I think that is a classic game 2 of the season, non-region matchup type of play.
0-1 on the way.
Under Coach Jamie Abrams.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That is a win and go home. Nothing fancy. Nothing that a Cartersville or a Cass or a Dalton is going to be able to really look at and take away from.
1-1 on the way. Fouled back to the screen. 1-2.
We didn't show our entire playbook. We didn't show anything that that they're going to be able to pick apart. We're going to run the ball. We're going to pass the ball when we have to. We're going to play solid defense. And outside of that, you're just going to have to guess.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
But I thought we played well.
Henry takes high and outside, back to the backstop, and again, no advance. I think Coach Smith is just saying, just stay put.
I think so, too. I think he understands that we're in a really good spot right here, up 13 runs.
And if you somehow get an out at the plate, that's out number 2,
and you don't want to waste it on that.
I think he's feeling that the winning run is there at second base could end this game early. Swing and a miss, and that'll be a strikeout for out number 2, and Henry is down swinging for the second time today.
That'll bring up Mariah Westmoreland. She's 0 for 2, still searching for her first hit of the afternoon. She has scored a run.
She did bat earlier in the inning. She actually led off the inning, I believe.
You are correct.
So a complete trip through the lineup, and that'll hit her right in the back. And it'll be 14-0, but they're going to check on Mariah there. That one hit her right there under the shoulder blade, I think.
Yep,
right on the 6 of 16. I think really not so much that she's hurt. I think it just kind of surprised her.
I agree.
And she doesn't have a lot of meat on her bones.
I think that's a very nice way to put that.
So she's it probably hit a hard spot.
Yep.
And
just not, like you said, it surprised her more than anything. She didn't have a lot of time to react and kind of prepare for it and adjust.
She'll have a big bruise there on her back
Called her right on the 6.
Right there on the 6. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order. Haven Barclay is 2 for 2 with an RBI and a walk, 3 runs scored. She's okay. The Atrium Health training crew out there to take a look.
Ben Truitt, the best in the business.
He is the best.
I don't care what anybody says.
Quite a fine Bulldog in his own day, too.
You got that right, my friend. Mighty fine Bulldog.
14-0, a chance to win it right here. Winning run at third. High and tight, ball 1.
This weekend, or this Friday night, will be another big test for the Dogs, going on the road to play another big school.
1-0 pitch. Fouled. Look out on that circle. Kinsley Boozer there, and Coach Lane over there also having a dive out of the way. 1-1 the count now to Barclay.
But of course, again, that's just vintage Jamie Abrams. I mean, that's what he does.
Second time we played Alexander in the last 5 years. 1-1 all the way back to the backstop. 2-1 the count. Nobody moves up. In fact, we played Alexander, Coach Abrams' first year. It was in the 2020 COVID year. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third. 8 runs have scored. And the 2-1. That one got down low, ball 3, and ball 4 would mean we get to go home early. 14-0. Cedartown scoring 4 in the first, 2 in the second, and so far 8 here in the third. 3-1 pitch on the way, and it is ball 4, and that should be your ball game. I believe it should be. Have they given the signal yet?
Yep, there it is.
There it is. That's your final. Cedartown wins in 3, 15-0 on senior night over the Darlington Lady Tigers. A quick ball game, to say the very least. This game started at about 5:55, a little over an hour long, to go 3 innings. And Cedartown picks up the win 15-0. Your final line goes like this: 15 runs on 9 hits, no errors for Cedartown, no runs, no hits, 5 errors for Darlington. So in a sense, even though it was a shortened game, it's a no-hitter in a perfect game.
A perfect game.
So congratulations to the Lady Bulldogs on the big win. The Lady Bulldogs taking care of business on senior night. And tomorrow we're on the road at Southeast Whitfield to take on the
Raiders.
Thank you. And then on Thursday, back home here against the Woodland Lady Wildcats. So Lady Dogs playing their good ball right now. They've got one more game against Altoona later on, and then a couple more games against Cartersville, which of course are the 2 teams that are in front. Cedartown currently 3rd in the region standings. And the Lady Bulldogs continue to play good softball here in the 2024 season. Sam, final thoughts on this one?
Just again, another good outing by the Lady Dogs. The bat's coming alive. The confidence is exactly where you want it to be, and that's something that we touched on earlier in the broadcast. That's something that Coach Smith wanted to really drill home with the Lady Dogs earlier in the season. He knew that the talent was there. He knew that the athleticism was there. He just wanted to make sure that the confidence was there, and that's something that I think has improved throughout so far, and that's something that we want to continue to see this Lady Dogs team work on, because when you start going up against some of these teams like Cartersville, like Altoona, that you know are going to be tough teams that you haven't been able to beat yet, you want to be able to say, well, they might have beat us in the past, but we've still got a chance because we just beat a team like Darlington 15-0. But it's going to be a big one. And those games are coming, and those teams are still going to be tough. And those teams sitting at the top of the region, we can still pull out wins against them. And so another good win here at home. I'm glad that these Lady Dogs were able to take care of business here at home on senior night. Rick Lundy said it is 8:00 Eastern time, Thursday night, Jack State, 7 p.m. Central. Thank you, Rick.
Go Gamecocks, fear the beak. Cedartown improves to 10-3 on the season, 10 wins for the Lady Bulldogs, and Darlington falls to 0-6. Well, we hope you'll join us again tomorrow. Sam is going to try his hardest to get up to Dalton tomorrow. So, thankfully, it's on the south end of Dalton.
Absolutely.
Don't get a speeding ticket this time.
I will do my best not to.
Please don't. And we will be with you for that ball game tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. And then on Thursday, we're back here at home against Woodland at 5:30. And then we're on the road again for football. Cedartown taking on Alexander on Friday, 7:30 p.m. kickoff, pregame show, Sports Talk Live pregame show with the gang. We'll start at 6 p.m. I promise you it will be a lively show because we get to talk about college football.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be
Always
very
a fun
excited.
one.
Yes, so be sure you join us for all the action this week of Cedartown High School sports here on your official home of the Bulldogs, the Big Double A. For Sam Branch and for DJ back at the radio station, man at the controls, Andrew Carter wishing you good night and God bless here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.